This one comes from 7.2. I can't tell if it says if it's number 1 or number 2. It looks to me like it's number 1, but it says problem 2, so I don't know. We're just going to go. It's from section 3, 7.2. The first question, which is called problem number 2, whatever. Here's how it goes. Once again, we have n and k. That's what we're looking for. It's an and statement, so we need to know that they're both true. In our case, they don't even appear in the same premise. They're kind of all over the place. So what we're going to need to do is find out that n is true, find out that k is true, and then if only we had a rule that would allow us to say they're both true at the same time. And we do. That rule is called conjunction. So the first thing we can do, I don't know, in looking at these, my advice to you is always do something. You know, look at it, figure out what you can do it. And if it was not all that helpful, you'll figure it out. You'll find another rule to use later on. But here I see line 3 tells us n, and in line 1 it's the antecedent of that if-then statement. So we can say d and w by virtue of 1 and 3 modus ponens. Remember modus ponens? If you know the antecedent of your if-then statement is true, you can conclude the consequent. And that's all we've done here. D and W, well that's cool. I know that if I had D by itself, I could do modus ponens again to get this K, which we said we were going to need. Then I would know N is true, I'd know K is true, and we could stick them together. So first thing we need to do is get D by itself. If only we had a rule that would allow us to take something out by itself when it's in a conjunction. And we do, it's called simplification. So we can say D from line 4, simplification. We just simplified it out. Remember, and statements, they're both true. Well, if they're both true, then one of them is true. Now that we know D is true, we can use it because it's also our antecedent from line number 2. So we can conclude K by lines 2 and 5. And what rule is that? You might be right, I don't know. Modus ponens is the right answer. If you said modus ponens, then you got it right. If you didn't, well then hopefully you listened long enough to hear me say it. All right, we're in business now. We know K is true. We were told N was true. So there's not a lot to do there. Now we just have to shove them together. Our last sentence, our last line, again, the last line is always the conclusion. N and K by virtue of 3 and 6 conjunction. If you look at your rule for conjunction, or just remember, conjunction means if you know that two things are true separately, then you can cram them together in an and statement and say that they're both true at the same time. Hopefully that wasn't too bad.